Good morning. It's 9:30 on May 26th. It's a Tuesday, the Tuesday after Memorial Day. So welcome. Thanks for joining me. And this is live. And just a few reminders. Turn your volume up all the way. Get whatever you need, all of your props and so forth ready. We are going to use a strap and maybe blocks if you have them. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start kind of like this. Lie back, nice relaxing, support the spine and the skull. If you happen to have two blocks and you know the pose with the T, the two blocks, and then underneath the spine, the thoracic, the mid-spine, and the head, I invite you to do that. But otherwise, you can use a bolster and blanket or blankets, or as I always say, pillows, towels, whatever. But the idea is to elevate the spine, lengthen, and let the shoulders roll over the edges and then support the head. Okay, so let's begin like that. And as always, do what your body sort of tells you is okay today. All right, there's a lot going on right now. I don't have to tell you that. So we all take it in and process it differently because our lives are different. So for now, let's just be here. Take some nice deep breaths and lie back. And I'm going to leave you there a few minutes. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to leave you there for a few minutes, okay? If you're just coming in, turn the volume up. And if we get interrupted, I hope we haven't been for a while, just stay tuned and I'll come back. But we're going to start prone, lying down with some support under the torso, spine, and the skull, the head, okay? All right. So just as a reminder, when you go to lie down, it's a back bend. In this case, it's a back bend, okay? So you want to make sure you don't compress the low back. So you want to tilt the tailbone up and forward. It's a cat tilt. And feel how that spreads your low back, the lumbar, apart, not compressing. And when you lift up, keep your knees bent. Extend up and over. So there's no compression. And we're all a little different in our proportions. So adjust the position of the support under your head. Excuse me. So you can use a blanket, you can use a pillow, you can use a rolled towel. So you want the curve of the cervical, the neck, to mirror the curve of the lumbar. Okay? So you don't want to flatten out the neck or the low back. So as you let the head rest, and then I just kind of do a little of this, and let your arms stretch apart and rest. So breathe, of course, through the nostrils. And this encourages a deeper breath, a fuller breath. It encourages the rib cage to expand, the intercostals, the lungs to really receive. And then let the breath move down past the upper chest, past the sternum, down around the abdominals. And if and when it feels okay, it may not if you have a tender low back today, but when it does, you should be able to stretch out your legs. This should not impact or give you any unpleasant sensations in the low back. If it does, it means that you aren't fully in a cat tilt. So bend the knees, lift, tip the pelvis up and forward, and rest. You should be able to slide your hands, and then wait a few breaths, and then try again. If it still doesn't work, just keep your knees bent. It's okay. The focus of this is the upper body anyway, but it is like a shavasana. Okay? So if you're there, enjoy it. If you're not quite there, get there as best you can and close your eyes and breathe. And I'm going to leave you there a few minutes. And just, these are called restorative poses. They restore. They're also passive opening poses. So when you do these restorative poses, usually there's some kind of support, blankets, bolsters, blocks, okay, or whatever you have handy. And with that support, it allows your physical being to just rest, okay? So maybe you have low back issues today, maybe you have hip issues, maybe you have shoulder, maybe a little of everything, maybe you're not sure. Sometimes we find out when we try to stretch or move, okay? Whatever it is, this is going to address it, especially the upper body. And it helps to counter that tendency of roundness, of slumping and slouching, okay? And this is chronic for a lot of people. So from life, so we want to open up to that, and you might feel it when you rest your arms to the side. You might feel the stretch right here and here. Good. And breathe into it. Spread your wings, and then let the weight, that gravity, and just the weight of your own being open you up. Okay? We'll leave you here about another minute. Remember to breathe deeply, and as you remain in this nice passive position, you'll feel the breath open up, start to be more expansive, fuller, and you'll find it going into that nice, deep, modulated rhythm that we find in our practice. So maybe focus a little more on your exhales. And notice if you can go right to the very, very bottom of your exhale. And you'll feel everything kind of just come inward gently until you empty out. And then find your inhale. Go to the edges. And just follow that rhythm. And even though you're lying on your back, you'll feel the breath move into the back body, lower back, across the shoulders, as it should. Okay? So find that nice, or let that modulated breath find you. It might be a 4 count, a 5 count, a 6 count, whatever. It should be even and consistent. But we don't want to struggle to go more, to do more. Okay? That just creates tension and resistance. Okay, so we're going to do a little something here. We've done this before. So again, if you need to bend your knees, it's fine. We're going to be here another minute or so. So as you finish your next exhale, and you feel yourself empty, the very, very, very bottom. Don't squeeze, don't tense. Just hold the exhale for like a long 3 count. If you can, hold it for the same count as your breath. So if you're a 4 count breath, can you hold the exhale for a 4 count? And then inhale, the same count. At the very, very, very top, hold the inhale, either for a 3 or to the count of your breath. But be consistent. And continue. When you finish on the inhale, go into the exhale. Empty, hold. And then go into the inhale. Continue for a few more breaths, okay? It should be consistent, smooth. One more round. And then resume after your next inhale. Regular exhale, regular inhale, go back to just without the holding. So why do we do that? We do that because it strengthens your nervous system. You become a stronger vehicle. It's good for all of your organs and so forth, okay? I think right now some of us could use a stronger nervous system. Okay, and then just breathe. Okay, so we're going to do a little something else. And again, feel free to bend your knees. So your arms are stretched to your sides. And I want you to just gently bring them up off of your floor, off your mat, about shoulder height. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Okay, and then bring the arms up toward the ceiling. Interlace. Turn them inside out. Keep the shoulders down and just stretch. Oh, you can feel the stretch maybe through the heels of the hand and the soft inner edge. The outer edges that we turn to the world as our armor, and the soft inner edge often doesn't get as much attention. So just breathe. And then bring the arms overhead behind you and stretch a little. Breathe deep. Try and bring the stretch from your low ribs, not your shoulders. It's okay if you can have your leg extended, that's okay. But if it does something to your low back, don't do that. Breathe. Good, and then bring the arms back up. And then stretch them out to the sides and let them rest. Turn the palms up when they're resting, okay? So we're going to do one more. Bring the arms up. Okay. And then bend the elbows so your forearms are parallel to the floor, your elbows sticking out to the side. Sort of like goalposts. Breathe. Stretch out to the elbows. Spread your fingers apart. And then stretch the arms overhead, interlace, but the opposite interlace that you did before. This is the one usually doesn't come naturally, so you have to think about it. Breathe. Feel the breath expand, contract, breathe. Good. And then bring the arms up, stretch, release, and rest. Bend your knees. Roll onto one side, off of whatever your support is, whether it's a bolster or blankets or whatever. And we're going to come to seated. So get whatever you need today, Tuesday, May 26th, to sit comfortably. So again, a reminder, if it's not comfortable, shall we say, for you to sit on the floor with your legs crossed, you can use a chair, or if you have a meditation pillow or something else, okay? You don't have to sit like this. Another pose is called hero pose. But this one, if you have knee issues, is not going to work so well, but some of you like this. So hero, you can use a bolster or blankets, and it's basically sitting on your calves. So you straddle the bolster or blankets, but you want your knees, your thighs to be parallel. And then when you sit back onto the bolster, okay? Or if you don't need that much, you can just use a blanket and then maybe a block. Okay, you want to elevate your hips until it's comfortable. So as you look at your shins and your feet, okay, they should be parallel. You should be on the tops of your ankles. Thighs parallel, and sit nice and tall. So this is an option. It's called hero's pose, okay? I'm going to do this one today, all right? But again, please find a way to be comfortable while we sit for a few moments, so that you can be nice, supported, sit nice and tall. Close the eyes. Let your hands rest on the tops of your legs. I encourage palms up with the thumbs and the forefingers. This is called Yana Mudra. It's the mudra of wisdom. Okay. And then we rest with the free fingers pointing to the earth. So close your eyes. Let your upper lids meet your lower lids, and that takes you inward. So we want to sort of shut down the thinking mind, which is not simple. Okay, but we want to quiet it. Let's say we want to quiet the thinking mind. We want it to recede, because that thinking mind, that conscious thinking constant, is the judge, it's the ego, it's the constant self-talk chatter. Okay, and in yoga they call it the vrittis. It's these constant dings. Okay, you're not doing this, do this, do this. Oh, you didn't do this, you didn't wash the dishes, you didn't do this. What are you going to do? How are you going to do this? What about blah, blah, blah? It's all that chatter that really can get us wound up. Okay, so breathe, eyes closed, let it come up, and then don't let it stick. That's the thing about detaching, not attaching, witnessing, observing, however you want to, whatever you want to call it. It's not taking it in. Okay, so I have an example. I have a stressful situation going on in my life right now, and it keeps coming up. So I'm going to try and step back from it right now, look at it, and not get pulled into all the emotions. Okay, emotions of worry, concern, fear, all the things that accompany that. Okay, and breathe, because right now at this moment there's nothing I can do. And right now at this moment, if there's something coming up, a memory or a hurt or a knot or something, there's nothing you can do right now. So breathe, let it go, it'll be back. And then we often get a fresher look at it. Okay, we can come back to it with new eyes and know that somehow, some way, it'll all work out. So breathe. Receive. Release. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Anjali Mudra. And as we bow the head, let us send love, light, healing to heart center. Our own, our loved ones, everyone, everywhere. You ready? Okay. So whatever position you're in, if you're in hero's pose, Virasana, lean forward, move the props out of the way, and come on to all fours. If you're sitting cross-legged, stretch out, wiggle your toes, come on to all fours, okay? So let's come on to the hands and knees, and let's just move. Just move. Just move. Just move. Breathe. Move. Hip rolls, rib rolls. Breathe. Listen and respond to the sensations of your body. What's it asking for? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Move. Breathe. It's warm, golden liquid, healing, moving. Eyes open or closed. Shake it out. Move. Okay. And then it's just be sure to go different directions, sides. It's not there's no sequence to this. Hip rolls and rib rolls, like there is too many of the other little sequences that we do. There's no sequence. The only real, it's not a rule, it's just to move and alternate, play with the position of the hands. Notice, like, is there a little tightness somewhere? Breathe. And you find little hot spots. I guarantee you will. You just breathe into them. That's why we do it, because we have little hot spots. It's called life. So we can hold those stressful things in our body. We can hold those concerns, those worries, those problems, those any, grief, whatever, in our body. And we don't want to hold on to that. It doesn't serve us, okay? So a little more, hip and rib rolls. Breathe, move. And I want you to definitely do baby lunges. So you can do it either with your arms straight, or if you've got issues, do it on your forearms. You can also use blocks. This helps, okay? You can do it on knuckles or fists. Hold for about 5 breaths. Yeah. And on your own, after about 5 or so breaths, if you feel you need more, do more. Okay, there's no rule on this, but I don't want you moving fast and like there's this agenda. Okay? That's not why we're here. The idea is to be and go deep into your experience. What's going on? Okay? If you move fast, you don't give your body the opportunity to respond properly. Okay, you have to wait, breathe. Let the sensations respond. Like it might start in my calf, it might move into my low back, or my shoulders might be tight. I need to listen and just respond. Okay, good. After those baby lunges, continue if you're still working on that. We're going to do our cat dog. Cat dog, cat, dog. You can turn the toes under on dog if you've really got tight shoulders today, and I do. And cat, breathe. Dog. No compression, extension. Inhale, feel the breath open, spread across the back body. The lungs open up and bringing in that fresh healing oxygen to all of your organs and tissues and the bones, everything. Fascia. Inhale and your exhale. Okay, continue cat dog to again stay consistent with the breath. If you're a 4 count, do 4 count. If you're 5, a 5. But if you're herky jerky and moving too fast, that's your mind. You're in a hurry. And I mean, if you're in a hurry, you can do that and go take a jog afterwards. This isn't the place for hurrying. Okay, this isn't the place for ego. This is the place to undo. There's enough pressure to do out there. So a few more rounds, please. Okay, how you doing? Okay, a couple more rounds, and then we're going to do thread the needle. So I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to have a blanket. okay? And when you're ready, if you know the pose, you curl the toes under. Your shins are parallel. Look at my hips where they are. They're over my knees. Okay, I'm not like this. I'm like this. And notice how my spine is fully elongated. So I'm going to thread my right hand behind my left wrist, and I'm going to lower my right side of my skull and shoulder right in the middle of my mat. Now I'm going to use a blanket because I'm a little tight today. So I'm going to slowly thread through, keep my hips level, rest. Ah, it feels so good. And I feel the twist, and that's good. So this arm, my left arm in this case, can be straight, bent, or out to the side. Okay, and just breathe. Don't push it. Breathe. So remember, a twist is like a spiral. You want to feel the breath in the back body, the sides. So you're gently wringing yourself out. You're bringing in the oxygen, and then you're gently wringing it out for the carbon dioxide. You're detoxing. Again, at least 5 breaths or a minute or so, maybe 2 minutes. I'll let you decide, but be consistent. So first, when I first do this, I feel the tightness, and it slowly the edges ease off. And that's the idea. So if you get into a pose and it's like, oh my God, this hurts, breathe, wait, breathe, wait. Let the pose, let your body do what it needs and wants to do. So I'm going to go ahead and come up, and I want you to come up and do the other side on your own. Okay, so you come up. In between, I encourage you to do something neutral, maybe a child's pose, a little cat dog feels good, maybe even a down dog, and just something neutral, several breaths. Do what you want to do on that. And then the left side, the same thing, you thread through, you lower right in the middle of your mat. Toes rolled under, shins parallel. Support your neck, your skull, your shoulder, whatever you need to do so you're not impinging anything, okay? So hold the other side the same as you did on the right. Now, sometimes you say, well, I don't even know how long I did that. It'll become a habit, and then you'll fall into your own rhythm, and it's wonderful. So your whole practice becomes a meditation. Yoga is mind, body, breath, all in one place. Okay, the prana, the spirit, the body, everything's united. Yoga is huge, means united. Okay, yoke. Everything's yoked, connected together. Okay, and then when you finish, take your time, please. Do something neutral, maybe another little cat dog, maybe a little flowing cobra. And then you're going to eventually come into down dog. Okay, down dog. So fingers splayed apart, elephant hands, toes curled under. Exhale when you come into down dog. Feel the navel, the core lift you up. This supports the low back, okay? When you come up, might be the first one you've done since last week or the last time we saw each other. So just kind of test drive your down dog. You can bicycle the legs and breathe and slow. You're not riding a fast bike. No, no, no. Slow, even movements. Go slow. Notice where you feel it. Get into the toes. Feel the whole sole of your foot spread to the heel. Ooh, I'm feeling like almost to my Achilles tendon and my calf. And then I'm going to go on this side. I feel it higher toward my hamstrings. And I'm going to do both. Breathe. Move. Stretch. Lift those sit bones. If you're tight, bend your knees. It's a dog tilt. Dog tilt, dog tilt. Don't sink into your low back. If it's okay with your wrists and shoulders, inhale, plank. Your shoulders do not pass your wrists. Exhale, down dog. Feel the movement of your energy as you lift your heels and inhale. You're naturally carried forward. Look out. As you exhale, lift up the sit bones and back you go. Do several if you can. Inhale, exhale. Maybe one more? What do you think? Let's try it. One more. Exhale. Can you hold down dog? If you need to rest, lower your knees and either a child's pose or just rest on your forearms. If it's getting to your wrists a little, make circles. Go the opposite. Go the opposite, okay? Then we're going to meet in down dog and we're going to walk the hands back. Keep your sit bones high. Take your time. You know, you've been inverted, so it brings a little blood into the brain, and that can make you a little loopy. So take your time. Forward bend, a soft forward bend. Hang, shake it out. And when you're ready, slowly come back to down dog. Breathe. Okay. Breathe. Now we're going to walk forward. Go very slow. Slow. Walk your hands back a little. Tip your toe up. Take your time. Take your time. Make sure you have your footing solid. And then once you're solid into a forward bend, we're going to come up with a big inhale. And hands to the heart. So if you get a little dizzy, okay, breathe, wait. Okay, so now we're going to do half sun salutes. So I'm going to move this a little more back. Okay, so you're going to come either to the wherever on your mat. I suggest the top of your mat because then we're going to go into full sun salutes. Okay, but let's do the half sun salutes. Okay. If you remember, go for it. Okay. If you don't remember, I'll talk you through it. Otherwise, continue on half sun salutes. So we always wait, catch our breath, find it, let the breath catch us. Find the flow of your breath. If you lost that rhythm, just wait until you've got it. And on an in breath, expansive. On an out breath, swan dive. Half and fold. I'm going to do it sideways. Your inhale and to the heart. Even, continue. Your inhale, exhale. Your inhale, exhale. Your inhale and exhale. So continue, okay? And actually, we're going to do something else in between doing the full sun salute. So do your half sun salutes. Ardha, Surya, Namaskar. Half sun salute. So, those of you who know, just continue. Now, a few reminders for those of you who are tight somewhere, say in the hamstrings or the back, or you have knee issues. It's a dog tilt. A dog tilt means your tailbone tips upward. This is a dog tilt. So that's every forward bend is a dog tilt. Every back bend is a cat tilt. Why? Because depending on how you tilt your pelvis, neutral, okay, neutral, okay, cat, round, see how it rounds me? Dog, cat, dog. Cat opens up the low back, so for back bends it's perfect. Dog lengthens, so I need the pelvis to tip forward. And if I'm tight here and I start to lock and I can't do that, you start to round, which exacerbates low back issues. Okay? So soften the knees. Don't lock the knees or hyperextend. That means pushing into the joint, okay, where it's not supposed to go. But some of us can hyperextend. Look at ballerinas and dancers and so forth. They hyperextend all the time, okay? And then when they hit about 50, they have to have everything replaced. So don't hyperextend. Don't push into the back of your knees or into the joints of your elbows or anywhere else. Bend a little so that when you come forward and you lift your tailbone, see what I'm doing? My knees soften. I can go forward. Just touch what you can touch. Don't dangle. That stresses the low back. So touch something. If you can't touch the mat, that's okay. Use blocks. Touch your feet. Touch your shins. Touch your thighs. But don't push and don't round. Okay? And on the next one, as you finish, please complete and wait. And by pausing and waiting, I mean just stand. Let your arms rest at your sides. Close your eyes. Even with your eyes closed, your gaze should be into the horizon. Feel your alignment. This is mountain pose, the first pose of yoga. So this is called your natural alignment. If you look at an anatomy of the skeleton, okay, this is your alignment, how everything falls together. So your head, you want on top of your shoulders. Your shoulders align over your hips. And your hips align over your heels or your ankles. Or counter, feel your feet, close your eyes, feel the toes, let them spread apart. Are they gripping and holding on? Relax. Get a little bit more into your heels. Maybe soften the knees, don't lock the knees. As you stretch through the heels, you'll feel yourself get a little taller. So feel your knees over your heels, your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your hips. Bring that head on top of your shoulders, not forward. We don't want to dip the head forward. Remember, 10 pounds of pressure for every inch on the neck, which is pretty strong, but it gets pretty tired of you. So come up and breathe. We inhale the front body, the breath comes up the front, we fill. As we exhale, it takes us back to the earth, back down into the heel. So there's this cycle. Inhale, lifting, breathing, filling. Exhale, down we go. Good. Okay. So I want you to grab a strap or something like a strap. I don't want to do the shoulders. So remember, if you don't have a strap, I have an extra strap if anyone needs one. We can get together. I'm actually selling some of my extra props. I've had extra props for years. So if you need some blocks or a strap or a couple of yoga blankets, let me know and we'll work it out. Okay, so holding this strap between, let me show you, thumb, see this? See how I'm not grabbing it with white knuckles. No, I'm holding it and let it sit between my thumb and index, and my fingers are spread apart. And I have a straight line of energy from my middle finger all the way to my shoulder. Yes. Okay, so then as I take it a little wider than my shoulders, okay, good. Relax the shoulders. And when we inhale, we kind of reach forward and up. Okay, see, look at my shoulders. I'm not gripping. Relax the shoulders. Lift from the rib cage. And as you come back, the strap slides, but I don't bend my wrists. I don't bend my elbows. I try and keep it level. I'm going to reach as far as I can today, which is about here. I'm pretty tight. That's okay. Do what you can. And then inhale up and forward. Now, pick up the slack. If you've got, I know some of you have real shoulder issues, okay? So, if you're always doing weights and stuff and tightening here, you need to do this. But if you have frozen this or something going on, what you want to do is go forward. Just do what you can. Inhale up. Even if you just go a little bit, even an inch or so back, it comes across here and sends the message. Okay, so do what you can, and then inhale and exhale. Do what you can and continue for several more rounds. And this is something that can be done every day. Everything we do here, you can do part of it, all of it every day. You can come back to this video. You can look at part of it to remind you of the alignment and some of the little suggestions and tips. You can email me and say, I can't remember if I'm supposed to blah, 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 and we can go over it. You can give me a call, or you can put a message right here on the page. What's important is alignment and breath and your safety, okay? Okay, a couple more rounds. You'll find yourself opening up, okay? Don't force it. Let your body open to its own. Inhale, and there's energy, but it's not trying to strengthen anything, okay? Up and forward, and forward and up and back, okay? When you're done, strap. Take your time. So again, I encourage you to do this on your own and just listen to your body, especially if you're sitting a lot, doing any rounding a lot. A lot of us are still doing a lot of that, even though life's unfolding and opening up a little, which is, we still carry a lot across this. You know, that whole thing of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? Well, they get a little tired. So we want to keep things going. Okay, and breathe, and breathe. Okay, are we ready for our sun salutes? Okay, let me just check where we are. Okay. Okay, I want you to do a round of suns, a full sun salute on the right and full sun salute on the left. Okay, I'm going to cue the first one, but if you know it, just go for it. Reminders, even consistent breath, even consistent movements. Actually, let's do the first one together. Okay, on the right. So let's just take a moment, bring the hands together, breathe. I'm going to go to about 4 count. Your inhale, arms stretched apart, way wide. Your exhale, swan dive, bend the knees a little. Your inhale, dog tilt, half forward bend. Exhale and come down. Now, as you inhale and step back, I want you to go to the breath. So inhale and lift. Exhale and stretch. Plank. Inhale. Knees. Hold those elbows in and down. Cobra. Stretch. Lengthen, strong legs. Your exhale. Down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Your inhale. And the right side. Please now do the left side on your own, okay? I'm going to do mine on my own. Keep the same rhythm. Breathe. Your breath matches the movement. It keeps you present and consistent. And all that strengthens the nervous system. Remember, and finish your left side. Remember, it's a practice. And we're going for consistency, but there's no perfect pose, there's no perfect practice. Okay. Now, once you finish right and left, I want you to do the right and the left again on your own. Okay? I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to do that. Okay. Full sun salute on the right, full sun salute on the left. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. How are you doing? Did you finish both sides? It really doesn't take very long. Even if you have a slow breath, you decide to hold a little here and there. Okay, and I'm going to suggest that you do some on your own. So maybe develop your own little 15, 20-minute practice. Do a little of the prone, maybe stretch out here, stretch out there, a little cat dog, a little hip rolls and rib rolls, and follow your instincts, maybe plank and down dog, and then coming into a standing forward bend, maybe some half sun salutes. You can count or just, go with your own rhythm, and then a sun salute on each side, and maybe another on each side, okay? And then you can finish the pose coming down and lying down, doing a little twist, something else that feels good to your body. So there's the one thing about sequencing, which is very important in a practice, okay? Some practices start seated and then move into the standing. I like to start with more a slow ease into a practice. So we kind of do coming down, a little restored, then kind of get present, and then come into the standing poses, which is warming and another way of strengthening. And then toward the end, we start easing back down, okay? But we're not there yet. Okay, so now we're going to do a sun salute together, and we're going to integrate a bunch of stuff, okay? Okay. So we're going to start on the right side. Just follow along. Again, please do what you can do. You can always modify, okay, or release and then rejoin me. On an inhale, forward bend. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, half, and fold. Step back on the right. As you step back on the left, do a leg lift on the left. Breathe, extend, look back, breathe, breathe. And I'm going to challenge you. Inhale into a plank. Keep the left leg up. Exhale. Start to lower and only lower the left leg when you need to. Lower the knees. Cobra. Down dog. And when you're ready, step forward on the right. Hold. And we're going to do crescent. Okay, crescent. Take your time. Remember, your feet are on parallel tracks. Don't lean into the right leg. Stay in your center, strong back leg. Breathe. Wait for your inner cues to proceed. Look straight ahead or higher, not at the floor. And just let the pose unfold. Remember, when you bring the arms overhead, we keep the shoulders relaxed. Lift your heart. Okay, breathe. 5 nice full breaths. Now we're going to go into triangle. I'm going to turn my back to you. I'm going to lower, bring my left heel in, straighten my right leg, turn slightly to my left, and extend into triangle on the right. So I'm turning my back to you. If I'm twisting, it's like thread the needle. If you tend to push into the shoulder, put your hand on your hip. Turn from your center. Notice I'm turning from my center. So my arms create a straight line. The right hand doesn't push into the leg. Keep away from your knee, be on your shin or thigh. 5 nice deep breaths. You want to feel like you're in between 2 panes of glass. After your Trikonasana, Warrior 2. Neutralize the hips, take a longer stance, Virabhadrasana 2. The arms sweep upward, lift from the soft underside. And then you look over the right hand into the horizon. Okay, feel your knee over your heel, not pushing, not wiggling side to side, right over the heel. You're going to feel it in the quad. Yes, that's what you want. You want this quad to work because that's going to strengthen and stabilize the knee. 5 nice deep breaths. Spread your wings. After your 5, side angle. So we extend. Look how I'm reaching from my hip crease over, over, over. Your forearm will find your leg. And that connection turns you once more like thread the needle. And then I take my arm into the soft, sweeping movement. Five breaths. And when you're ready, after 5, come back to lunge and finish in a forward bend. We're going to come into chair or horseman's pose. I'm a little close to the furniture here, so be careful of furniture. Breathe. Again, this strengthens the quads. You should be able to see your toes. Don't push forward into the knees, okay? Lift your hips. And when you've done your 5 breaths, back we go. Okay? It's a great sequence to do on your own. So, we'll do the left side. If you're still working on that, it's okay. We'll catch up. I'm going to wait. My inhale, your inhale. Deep exhale, fold. Come up, half, lengthen, dog, tilt, and fold. Lift and step back on the left. Lift and step back and lift the right leg up. Ekapada, breathe. Don't let your hips become uneven. Breathe. And I'm going to challenge you as you inhale, keep the leg up. Start to come into a plank. When you're ready, lower the knee. And 8-point pose. And cobra. And back to down dog. Stepping forward on the left. We'll do crescent. Take your time. So I'm on carpet and a mat. So if you're on a soft surface, your balance is going to be a little more dicey, but do your best. Wait. And go through the sequence. Soften the shoulders, but lift that rib cage. Breathe deep. Looking straight ahead or higher. You're going to feel it across the psoas, the groin, the hip flexor. That's good. Go deeper. There's always more, but we go deeper, not further. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into triangle. I'm going to turn toward you. My foot turns forward on the back, 45, which turns my hips. And I extend over the forward leg, the straight leg, until I touch. I don't overreach, okay? I trust the alignment of my body. I'm going to turn toward you. Look at my arms, okay? So if you're tight and this bothers your shoulder, put your hand on your hip. Do what you can do, but don't push into the leg. Don't push into the knee. Don't push. You should be able to lift this arm, okay? Breathe. Your 5 breaths. And you know, on your own, you can go longer, of course, and you should, okay? Go for a minute, whatever your minute is, warrior 2, or go for 2 minutes, or go for 8 breaths. Whatever you do, be consistent throughout that practice. Some days we feel like we've got a little more. Go for it. Okay, go for 8 breaths. Go for 2 minutes. And some days we just don't. So go for just a minute or 5 breaths or whatever. But do it. Okay? So, warrior 2, 5 nice deep breaths. Feel the right and the back. Stretch apart. And when we come into side angle, Parsvakonasana, we lift, we extend. We don't want to compress this side. We keep lengthening. And then we bring this arm safe forward so we don't compress, constrict the shoulder. That's not what yoga is about. Okay, we want to do everything with alignment and breath for the integrity of the pose and your body. 5 nice deep breaths. Whatever that is for you. When you're finished, you're going to come into a forward bend. So just take your time. Take your time. And up you go. Get your footing. And when you're ready, we'll meet you back. And wait. Take a moment in mountain pose to just settle, get grounded. Feel the sensations of the breath, your nervous system, whatever. Let it absorb, let it integrate. Very important. Okay, now I want you to do a balance pose on your own. So your choices are, many. You can do the warrior three where you balance on one leg. You can do tree pose. You can do half moon. Half moon, especially if you have the props and the space. Okay, you can use a chair. I showed you last Thursday how you can use a chair for half moon. You can even have a chair there to help you if tree poses, if you need something for support, or if you have a wall nearby or a counter or something. Be careful of sharp edges though, please, for half moon. But for tree pose, you can have something that you can kind of tap to get you back. Okay, you lose your balance, you can come back. Okay, and every day is a little different with balance. I say this every single class. Some days you got it, it's there. And then some days you just can't quite get there. Okay, and that's because of many, many different reasons, but we don't need to dwell on that. It might be we're just distracted, we're stressed, we're tired, or it just isn't there for us that day. And that's okay. It doesn't mean it's gone forever. But if we don't do anything, then we're in trouble. Okay? Even just the effort sends the message to your body and your nervous system and your breath. Okay? The effort even is important. Even if you come out of the pose and you lose your balance, you need to finish it. Okay? And you're sending that message to your body, and it's strengthening. Remember, balancing poses strengthen the bones. It sends the message to the cells. Some things are not inevitable. Terrible osteoporosis is not inevitable. Yes, there's hereditary. Yes, there's diet. Yes, there's just your physical tendency. But you can help slow it or even not go there. I have no osteoporosis. I have a little osteopenia, like 0.3% in one hip. And that's been the same for years. So I attribute that to the yoga and to my walking, okay? And partially diet, okay? So your body is always trying to heal, to be better, okay? So we want to be the best we can be now, okay? We can't change what we've done in the past or any of that. That we just start from where we are. How are you doing? Are you balancing? So, and remember, if those don't quite work for you today, tree pose, and on your own, I really, especially if you're only coming once a week to sessions, I would really encourage you to do some kind of balancing on your own. If you have a wall, like I said, counter, even if you're waiting for the coffee to brew, do a standing tree. Or remember, you can do like you're going up steps, up, up. So just feel like you're always encouraging that alignment. Like there's this golden cord dropping down through your crown, down the spine, the whole length of your being, into the earth. It's like almost like a marionette, So this is cord kind of lifting you, and then everything comes gently up from midline. So gently lift. Remember the book on the head for posture? Well, it's very similar to that. Keeping your head on your shoulders, and then you lift. Okay? And lift. Use these muscles and lift. And lift. If you're going upstairs, lift and step, but keep the energy up. Don't drop into your knees and your body. Put your hands on your hips, put your arms to the side, whatever you do. Don't let them just hang. That tends to take us kind of in that slumpy, slouchy look. Okay? Lift your rib cage. Feel that alignment. And then maybe lift and hold. Breathe. Breathe. Start with 3 breaths. Do whatever. And slow. And then do the other side and lift. and hold and breathe. Notice how everything comes to support you, and lower, okay? So do a couple of those, you know, and just think about it. Think how when you go upstairs, downstairs, up hills, down hills, how you get in and out of the car and do all those things, okay? Okay, okay. So now I'm going to take you down to the floor. Okay. Okay, are you ready? So when you're ready, spread the arms apart. Swan dive over. Step back on either side, the left or the right. And back. And lower. And slide the legs around till you're sitting in staff pose. So we're not going to lie down quite yet. Okay? All right, so you're going to sit. Now, this can be challenging. You need to support. You don't want to round, and you want to lift, tilt the pelvis, stretch your legs forward. Use your arms, please. So the heels of the hands, I put mine on the edge of the blanket and spread my fingers apart like my toes are spread apart. If you're really tight and you're just tight back here, you slide your heels in a little bit, but you've got to be in a little bit of a dog tilt. Okay, so this is called staff pose or Dandasana. We're going to do a twist. So we're going to take your inhale, and as you kind of lift and spiral to the left, don't just whip around. Wait, inhale again, and maybe there's a little more. Wait, inhale, and exhale. Wait, inhale, and exhale. Once you're at your full twist, don't push. You should still feel the breath. I can thread the needle and so forth. Hold for 5 breaths. The last thing to move will be your eyes. Okay, after your torso, don't keep pulling the shoulders. Just gently turn from the chin and look over your left shoulder. Okay, in your 5 breaths. And after your 5, you'll use the inhale to rotate back. And then we'll do the other side. So inhale, lift, and start to turn. Inhale, wait, lift, turn, and see where it takes you. I'm starting to get a little pushback. Are you? So wait, inhale, lift, and turn. And that's it. And now maybe my head will turn a little more, and my eyes even more. And 5 breaths when you get to your full. You might go a little deeper as you're going into the 5 breaths or however you hold it. But remember, you want the spine elongated like a strand of pearls, a chain. You don't want compression. After your 5, come back. Okay, so we're going to come onto our back. And that'll eventually bring us into Shavasana. So if you need to find your blanket or bolster for Shavasana, do that now. Have anything else. And even if you have eye pillows, I found my eye pillows. They are divine. Okay, this is sort of a satin one, and this one has lavender in it. It doesn't smell too much because I haven't used it. But if you're allergic to lavender, don't get that. You can get neutral ones. And I have one that looks like a cat with a little tail and claws. And they're wonderful for Shavasana. Okay, you can put them in a little baggie and put some aromatherapy in there, and it's really wonderful. You may not come out of Shavasana for a while. Okay, so we're going to bend the knees, slide the hips forward, and you're going to lie back onto your back, okay? So always take your time. Exhale, so your core is working. And of course, it's the natural inclination to just roll around. There's a name for this pose. It's Apadasana, but we call it give yourself a hug. So give yourself a big hug, roll around, Yeah. Massage, breathe. Oh, it feels so good. Okay, and just let all those muscles feel that little massaging movement. Okay, and then when you're ready, just you're going to be. It's almost natural to hang on to one side, stretch out, hold the right knee in, flex your feet, keep those shoulders relaxed. I'm having hair clip issues today, so I'm not going to use one line down. Breathe. So if you did anything overdid, like the low back, this will help balance it out. Remember, your practice is intended for balance. Right, left, male, female, back bend, forward bend, inversion, standing. We have the poses and the counter poses. So at least five breaths. It feels really good. And then we're going to change sides when you're ready. 5 breaths or your minute. Feel your energy start to cool down. We're moving into the moon energy, from the sun to the moon, the male to the female. Okay, and then we're going to bend the knees. And we're going to bring the knees in, stretch your legs to the ceiling, and bring your arms overhead. Now, if you have shoulder issues, do what you can. Maybe you can only go this far. It's okay. Do what you can. Inhale, extend, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Feel the navel, create space for the legs. Inhale, blooming, blossoming. Exhale, soft movements. It's not herky-jerky. It's not linear. It's soft. Soften at the wrists, the joints of the fingers, the ankles, the toes. Feel your energy moving through you, your prana, your life force. Just open from the center out and exhale and back. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And just move to your flow and rhythm. And one more maybe. As many as feels good to you, to be honest. And then we're going to transition into a flowing bridge. So do that on your own. So as you exhale, the next one or the next or whenever, your feet lower, your knees over your heels, your arms to your side. And then we start another fluid movement. Inhaling, now the hips lift, cat tilt, spine lifts, arms lift. And then we roll, ripple down. Oh, yeah, your spine is like so loving this. And then your inhale, fluid movement, waves of the breath. And exhale. We have to keep the spine vital. And that's called prana, blood flow, movement, mobility, vitality. It's the main highway. We don't want blocks. We don't want detours. Breathe. Even if you have places that don't feel so great, breathe into them anyway. Okay, a couple more on your own. Again, you can integrate this in your own practice. And then I want you to hold one of the bridges at the end. So you can hold with the arms by your side or the arms overhead. Feel your knees, though, aligned right over your heels. Don't let your legs flop apart. Okay, be on the big toe inner edge of your feet. And as you hold, lift your heart, sternum, soft face, neck, and throat. Do not flatten your neck. Look straight up. Breathe. Feel the stretch, the bridge. try for 5 breaths or your minute or whatever works for you. Just be consistent. And when you're done, lengthen this precious, precious spine. And yes, of course, here we go. Yeah, we can't resist, can we? It feels so good. Good. Okay. Now I want you to do your favorite twist, reclining twist. So I like to start before a twist, and you can do this or not, it's up to you, with that nice soft swaying movement. So my feet are on the opposite sides of the mat, my arms to my side, got a lot of stuff in the way. And you just exhale and let the knees sway a little to the left or the right, and the inhale back. And this is just to balance things out. Then exhale and inhale. And then my head wants to turn soft and back. So, you know, you can do this. It's just very relaxing. It gives a bilateral movement to the muscles of the back. Your organs are loving this. If you have any lower back stress or stress in general, this helps. Okay, do some of that, up to you, and then a twist. Remember, your arms stay a little lower than your shoulders. We always do. We do the right side, which is to the left. You do one leg forward or both knees across. And I want you to hold each side for at least 8 to 12 breaths, okay, or a couple of minutes. Okay. So you can do the swaying one and then a regular reclining twist of your choice, okay, for 8 to 12 breaths, or maybe at least a minute, a long minute, okay? And then we'll come back. Actually, after you finish your twist, you can go into Shavasana, okay? So I'm going to let you do your twist, your finishing twist of your choice. Try to do different ones. I mean, I know we get kind of favorites, but you know, be open to doing different twists, okay? And I'll be back in a few minutes after your Shavasana. So the sound of the chime is just intended to slowly bring you back. Now, if you're home and you're relaxing, you don't need to come out of Shavasana, okay? It's just a way for me to end our time, my time with you, but you can certainly continue in Shavasana. It's not as long online as probably it should be. So feel free to just stay and listen. But the chime is this wonderful resonating energy like music is. It touches us at a deep level. And we do 3. So if you do choose to release, you can just, or even when you do choose to release, just gently stretch out. Make it gentle, healing, and gradual. Okay, we're trying to heal and strengthen. Okay, so feel your fingers, your toes. Breathe, nice deep breaths, almost like when you wake up. I don't do this, but some people stretch in the morning. Just that, ideally, this deep breaths, slowly stretching. And then gently bend your knees and tip onto your side with your knees bent. And you can use a blanket or your arms for a pillow. This is when I like to share. And I love sharing from Hafez. I do post these on this site. And this today is called A Cushion for Your Head. Just sit there right now. Don't do a thing. Just rest. For your separation from God, from love, is the hardest work in this world. Let me bring you trays of food and something that you like to drink. You can use my soft words as a cushion for your head. And you can either join me or remain in a nice, relaxed position. We'll come to seated together. And hands to prayer position, Anjali Mudra. And we'll recite the Namaste invocation. This seals our time together. Okay, if you don't know it, just say what you do know and remind me to repost it on this site for you. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, peace, light, and truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Blessings to you. Thank you for joining me. Remember, this will publish in a few minutes. You can come back, look at it again, share it. I know some of you in different time zones, or you're working from the home, so you can watch it at your leisure. And I'll be back on Thursday. Okay. Thank you, thank you. I'm very grateful for this, especially now. Okay. And we're going to try and end if I can find the cursor. There we go. See you soon.